Namaste, yoga friends. My name's Noreen Foxwell. I'm coming to you today for our Kids Yoga Meets Astrology because we just had a beautiful full moon at the height of the full moon today, even though it's the middle of the day. It happens in the middle of the day, even if it's a full moon. You might not see it like you'll see it tonight, or last night you might have seen it, but nonetheless, it's a full moon. This full moon, I wanted to come to you from my crystal room. Actually, my crystals are in another part of this room, but I like to make crystal grids, and this is called the flower full moon. So I always have roses around, and I have some rose petals and leaves. I also used crystals called flower agate for this type of crystal grid. And I have some in the red category because of the energy of 5 of our planets that are in a fire sign. This moon is not, but this moon has a choice to look at. I always look at Vedic astrology, the oldest astrology, and I look at Western astrology. If you follow Vedic astrology, it is a Libra full moon. Libra is all about balance. This full moon would be about balancing things in your life. It could be things at work, at home, in your personal relationships. Libras are very, very good at relationships. They see both sides. They're very good communicators. They're very good at listening. So, to take from this full moon, you should listen before you speak. And I think the planet Mercury is even in a sign that it's important to do that this month. Mercury is all about communication, so think before you speak. If you look at Western astrology, they are treating this as a Scorpio full moon. Totally different type of energy. Scorpio is a very intense energy. So if you've just been feeling a lot of stress and a lot of pressure and a lot of intensity, go with that. The full moon is a wonderful time for you to take a breath, take a moment, look at your life, and between this full moon and the one on the last day or the end of the month when we're going to have a second full moon, things need to change in that time frame in those 30 days for you or your child. And so I like to give those options. I love to do crystal grids because it gives me the opportunity to kind of feel what is that energy? What is the energy? It is something great to do if you have a lot of crystals, and you can pull specific crystals that mean something to you or that reflect the energy. I kind of intuitively pick the crystals that reflect the energy, and because I wasn't quite sure yet which energy it's reflecting right now, traditional astrology or Western astrology, I went with a lot of the flower agate crystals because they literally look like flowers inside the crystals. And I'll show you one of them. I'll come a little closer. If you could see, flower agate, love flower agate. And I have a couple of them on this grid. And regardless if you look at this as a Scorpio full moon or a Libra full moon, it is still the flower full moon because today, May Day or Beltane, first day in May. Beltane has been celebrated on more of the Celtic type traditions, and they celebrate the first day of May. And when I was young and I was a dancer, we used to do the maypole dance, and it was celebrated spring and the flowers blooming and whatnot. So whichever one it is you're studying, it's a great time to reflect inwardly, to journal. I love baths during full moons because full moons are all about water. Baths are great. This might be a great time to use rose petals in your bath to reflect this flower full moon, or flowery scents. Have flowers around you, smell flowers. And I'll just say that I love having roses, fresh roses in my house all the time because the rose is one of the highest frequency flowers out there. And so you might have some long days. This week was a very long week for me at work. To come home and walk in and see the beautiful colors blooming of the roses, it always makes my heart feel better no matter what I've been through during the week. So I hope that you have a beautiful flower full moon. Again, my name's Doreen Foxwell. This is the Kids Yoga Meets Astrology. And normally I am in my logo shirts, but because I felt the flower energy, I decided to wear normal people clothes today and wore my flower shirt. So I hope you love it as much as I do. Namaste. Have a beautiful full moon day. See you next time.